I think that the term body positive is like, it really just applies to everyone. And like, I think there's like a stereotype that only certain people can do it, but it's really like, it's really just about being confident in your own body. And,
Right.
you know, I think that's kind of like a stigma that the whole like body positive movement has kind of created, which I wish like wasn't a thing anymore, you know?
Hi everyone, I'm Lily Cornell Silver and welcome to My Mind Open, my mental health focused interview series. Today I am talking to the lovely Sienna Mae Gomez, who is a TikTok and Instagram influencer and an amazing body positivity advocate. And today her and I are going to talk about body positivity and social media and what that looks like for her, her experience with mental health, and the strength in being vulnerable. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoy. It's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for being here, Sienna. So I started following you when your first body positivity video went viral. And I would show my boyfriend and be like, this girl has the best fucking energy. anyone I've ever seen. And I'm just so psyched to have you here because like your mission is so close to my heart, and just the way that you show so much strength in your vulnerability. And I think that's something that's so important for young people to be seeing. So I want to know if have you always felt confident in your body and in yourself, or did it take time and work to get you there?
Yeah, I mean, well, thank you first of all. And
Of course.
I grew up, I say this all the time, I grew up dancing. I grew up a competitive dancer, and you know, along with dance comes a lot of like self-image. You're looking at yourself in a mirror 24/7. So
right.
It's
right.
I grew up around a lot of, you know, 5'9", tall, skinny, like beautiful girls, and I am like 5'3" and am not any of those. like I'm like shorter and like curvier, and I was struggling with it for a little bit, but I kind of found like the beauty in like difference for me, you know, just like being, you know, different from, you know, the people that I was surrounding myself with, like kind of empowered me. And I was trying to look at it in a, you know, a more like positive way. And then once I started getting on social media and seeing all the feedback and, you know, like the middle body representation kind of like response, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm like not only doing this for me now, but like for, you know, so many other people.
Absolutely. And I get it. I mean, to an extent, just with the small platform I have, like I talking about mental health, I want to represent like hope and positivity. So sometimes it can be hard to show or admit like when I'm having a bad day or when things like aren't going well for me. Do you ever experience that with your platform?
I mean, I've definitely tried to steer away from like the like posting myself like crying or like being like, you know, like putting negative like videos or stuff out there. And I mean, that gets hard because we all do have bad days. And when I do, it's hard to film anything that's like upbeat and like, oh yeah, like I love my body today, when it's like I'm not feeling it today. I think it's important to stay authentic, but I also try to aim for more of a positive platform because people need somewhere to just be able to like, you know.
Totally. And there's authenticity in that too, you know, to be like, I'm struggling, but I'm still going to do my best to make other people happy and remind other people that they're not alone.
And I mean, for me too, like I remember I made a video and I was just like, I honestly have no idea what to post right now. Like, here are some things I love about myself. Comment something you love about yourself. And that video ended up doing pretty good. And people were like, thank you so much for like this vulnerability. Like so many influencers like are like, oh, my life is great 24/7. And I'm just like, no, like I'm having a bad day. Like,
and that's the thing about social media too, is I feel like a lot of people shit on social media because that is what it is. It can tend to be people only putting their best foot forward. But just what I've done, because this is, you know, my platform is mostly on Instagram and you have Instagram and TikTok, to be able to use it still for positivity, but like authentic positivity, you know, not pretending like everything's great all the time, to be like, this is what I look like and this is who I am. And, you know, that's like, yeah, I think that's so amazing. So how has your mental health been? I mean, with quarantine and you kind of blew up like during quarantine, no?
Yeah. August.
So how is that been for your mental health? How have you been doing?
I mean, honestly, it was great when it first started because it just skyrocketed, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have something to do. So I would do like online school in the morning and then make TikToks the whole rest of the day. And it was like, I had a pretty good routine going, but I mean, for me, online school was really, really difficult. I'm a very visual and hands-on person. And I think mental health for me has been, very up and down. I've like, especially in quarantine, because I'm such a social person. I love to like touch and feel and be present. And, with everything that's going on, it's like so hard because I don't even know if I can like give my friends a hug anymore.
Totally. And what do you do? Like, what are some things you do day to day to take care of your mental health? Well, things are so freaking weird.
Yeah, no, I know. I totally, I try to wake up every morning, and it's hard some mornings because, we all have like to go somewhere or do something, but I try to wake up and I try to just brush my teeth and make my bed and kind of like make those like the first start of the day, because I know that when I get on my phone, I just have like, it just sets me off. Right. Little things are just like keeping me sane and trying to avoid social media. I mean, it's hard because it's my job, but like it's too much of it can really just push you further,
And in that vein, what is something that you would tell young Sienna if you could tell her anything?
Be patient with yourself and listen to yourself, like listen to your gut, because I've made many decisions based on like other people's like input and opinions. And, although I try not to regret anything, because I'm a strong believer in like everything happening for a reason. And the butterfly effect and small things create bigger, amazing experiences. But I would just tell myself that like, listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. You know yourself better than anyone. And like, don't take like advice from somebody that you wouldn't ask for it from. I remember just being a people pleaser, and I'm glad that I've kind of like acknowledged that, and I'm able to like kind of realize that I'm like, not I'm right, but like listen to myself. I know myself the best,
Absolutely. Yeah. No one can tell you anything about you that you don't already know.
Exactly. And I think there's so many people, like everyone, there's so many people that like act like they know you, or, I've seen TikToks that are like, I went to school with Sienna and she bullied me. And I'm like, I've never seen you in my whole life. It's just so many people will try to tell you things about yourself that like really just don't make any sense.
And I think that's something that people like our age are learning younger and younger. I think that's something that we're talking about more, which is so special and so important.
I agree.
What is something that you wish people understood about body positivity?
Something that I like to speak about like more often is that, it's called body positivity for a reason. It's being positive about your body. Right. For me, like, I know that people, will say to me, oh, like, why are you the face of body positivity? And it's like that kind of like that whole like message is not what I'm like striving for, to be like, oh, this is a positive body. This is the perfect positive body. Like every single person's body is body positive. And it's like, for me, it's about like the whole confidence thing. And it's not, I think the whole body positive movement is such a beautiful thing on TikTok. And it kind of like, I follow so many creators that like are just so amazing, and like they'll like speak on so many different like things and so many different like aspects, and we've all been through so many like different experiences in life. And like, especially for body positive creators, I know some speak about mental health, some speak about eating disorders, some speak about like measurements and like being okay with like having bigger boobs or like a bigger butt, or like not having boobs at all, or like, so I think that the term body positive is like, it really just applies to everyone. And like, I think there's like a stereotype that only certain people can do it, but it's really like, it's really just about being confident in your own body. And, I think that's kind of like a stigma that the whole like body positive movement has kind of created, which I wish like wasn't a thing anymore, And I mean, for me, I like encourage encourage my followers, if like I'm not the right person for you to look up to, then that is 110% fine. Like, I am totally okay with that. Here are some creators that I would really recommend that are on the bigger scale than me. Here are some creators that I would recommend that are on a smaller scale. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like really just like finding somebody that you enjoy watching. I mean, for me, I know that like I was just really happy when I first started, because I kind of like was a middle body representative, you know, that term got used a lot in my comments, and like saying like, I haven't had anyone to relate to until you came around, and which is like really nice for me to hear, because like I'm short and I'm curvier, and like having people that can relate to that is like very like for me,
especially growing up around people who didn't necessarily look like that.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And I've definitely looked up to so many beautiful women, but it's hard when there's not one person that you can kind of like see yourself in.
Totally.
And for me, getting comments that like people see themselves in me is like, it just is such like the best feeling, because I feel like I'm doing something good, you know?
Of course, because you are doing something good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. No, and I really know. I truly like, I mean, that's what drew me to your platform in the first place, because I am absolutely like middle body, like am not super skinny. And I was around a lot of people that were a lot thinner than me growing up in the same way. And that's something that definitely impacted my mental health, and not in the way that like they did anything wrong or I did anything wrong. You know, it's just kind of a societal thing that like, and that's what I think young women especially are taught to do, or to look at other young women and compare yourselves and be like, why don't I look like them? Or why doesn't she look like me? So I think I love that. I love that idea about body positivity, that like it's positive for everybody, no matter what you look like, and you're supposed to look like you, not like anybody else.
Yeah, it sucks. There's been such a stigma around who can talk about it, but it's like body positivity is such an amazing niche to have, because everyone can talk about it. You know, like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, everyone has a body. Like, you know, it's like such an amazing thing, and I think that some people like will like turn it, and it'd be like, only she could talk about it, or only he can talk about it, but it's like everyone can talk about it. That's the whole that's the great thing about it, you know?
Absolutely. And on your TikTok too, you publicly support the Trevor Project, which is a non-profit suicide prevention for LGBTQ youth. And I was wondering if you could speak to that a little bit, like the importance that you see in that and the importance of supporting it publicly.
Yeah, so I learned what the Trevor Project was through TikTok and Sam Smith. I was familiar with the name, but I wasn't really sure, like, you know, as in much detail, like what it really was about. So then I kind of became like educated on like the whole like suicide prevention hotline, especially for like LGBTQ plus. And like a lot of my best friends are, I mean, my very, very best friend just came out as bi like a month ago. So many people don't feel accepted. They don't feel like they have anyone to talk to. It's like the stigma around, I mean, I think I personally believe that it's getting so much better and our world is becoming so much more accepting. But for people that don't have anyone to talk to, like, I think the Trevor Project is such a great, like, number that they can call and just talk to and have somebody understand them. So many people just need to be listened to, you know? Absolutely. Like some people, like, they don't even want advice. They just want somebody to listen to them, and they don't need to rant. And that's the amazing thing about the Trevor Project. And growing up in the dance world too, I mean, I had so many friends that were part of the community and, you know, were raised in super religious families or not accepting families, or, you know, I've been around, you know, people that are part of the community my whole life, just being involved in the dance world. It's been difficult for me to see some of my best friends just have to lie when they get home, or not be able to accept themselves, or say, well, maybe I'm not because my mom says I'm not, you know? And so like supporting like organizations and projects that are important and make a difference, like is so important, because I have a platform, and why would I not use that? You know, like it only makes sense to, if you need help, like, please, like, this is the Trevor Project, give them more like income, you know what I mean?
Totally.
And like, support it. I just don't see why I wouldn't do that. And for me personally, like, I just have so many close friends that are part of the community, and I'm not sure that I would, like, you know what I mean? I just like want to be there.
Absolutely.
And be able to help people as much as I can. And
I mean, and it's kind of similar, different obviously, but similar just in the sense of what we're talking about with body positivity. Like when you're not accepted by the people around you, when you're not accepted by the people you love, or even by yourself, like the toll that takes on mental health is unimaginable. So to be able to have something like the Trevor Project and have someone like you promoting that, like it's amazing.
And I mean, for me personally also, like my DMs are filled with people that will DM me and they're like, Sienna, like, I don't know what to do. I I need to come out, but I don't feel comfortable in my own home. I have no one to talk to. Please respond to this DM. And those messages are like heartbreaking to me because there's like millions of messages. I personally, I can't respond to everyone and give everyone advice. First of all, I'm not a professional. And second of all, like, there's so many people that reach out, and it's like, I want to help so bad, but it gets to a point where it's like, I can only do so much. And that's where an organization that can help and can be there for people to call and answer the phone and get a response. Like, that's why I kind of like push that, like that number and that the importance of having somebody to reach out to.
Absolutely. Very last question. What is something that is giving you hope right now?
Oh, I mean, I think that during quarantine and during this time at home, I've had a lot of time to kind of figure out more about myself and become like more confident in who I am and the things I like and the things I don't like and the people that I am willing to surround myself with and the people that I'm not. And I think that I'm excited and I'm hopeful to, you know, when the world starts opening up again and I'm able to like go and meet new people and like I have this newfound like love for myself and like respect for myself that I'm excited to, you know, just kind of see like how that like blossoms into like public like socializing. You know, I'm very happy with who I've become and all this time alone and figuring out who I am. And I'm just hopeful for the world to come back to normal. I think we all just kind of need a little something in our lives.
Definitely. No, definitely. Thank you so much. I completely agree. I think this has been a super, super tough time, but if anything's come out of it, like the ability to feel comfortable being by myself and being like in myself and in my own body. And like, I can handle shit on my own.
Oh my gosh. No, 100%. I used to hate being alone. Like,
yes, no, me too.
Yeah. It was the worst for me. Like, I remember I would like always have friends over. I would always have my best friend here, or like past boyfriends. I'd be like, no, you need to come over now. Like, I can't be alone. Like, I don't like it. It makes me scared. Like, but now I'm just like, if I'm out for 2 hours with my family, I'm like, okay, we need to go home. I need to go in my room. like it's so weird how like that whole like that shift. But I'm honestly like, I love it. I love being alone.
And the first like 6 months of quarantine were brutal because of that. Because I was like, I hate being alone and I need to see someone. But yeah, the ability to feel more comfortable being by myself is like a silver lining and something that's been so intense.
Definitely. Me too.
Yeah. Well, I know you have to run, but thank you so much, Sienna. It's been so lovely to meet you. I'm so happy to have had you here and to talk to you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And everyone watching, hi. Thank you.
Of course. If you like this episode, please subscribe in Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave us a review.